Hello and welcome to another episode of A Golfer's Ramblings. As the title of the vlog says, have the PGA got it wrong? I put up an Instagram story a week or so ago now, and it literally was, have the PGA got it wrong, yes or no, about turning pro off 6.8. So the PGA have changed their parameters of what you can become a PGA professional golfer. A PGA professional golfer on handicap wise, so it's 6.8 now on the world handicap system. And that was it. So have the PGA got it wrong by being able to turn pro off 6.8. I'll stick the picture up now. And as you can see, the response is quite staggering for yes, they have got it wrong. Now, when I first put this tweet up, I was dead adamant they've got it wrong. It's completely wrong. It's not right. You shouldn't be able to turn pro off 6.4. So 6. My reasons for that, hear me out. So I've softened on my stance somewhat after a few conversations with people and a little bit of time to think. This is why the vlog hasn't come out when I actually put the Instagram message out. At the time I was dead against people turning pro off sort of 6. It's ridiculous. Still not sold by the idea, but like I said, I've softened to the idea. So the PGA, yeah, I'd say the PGA have softened their barrier, i.e. you can turn professional with the affiliate link of professional, the proper PGA, Professional Golf Association, mostly head office based in the Belfry, all the bells and whistles off 6.4. Now, I was like that. There's people trying to turn pro off 6, making a living on the tour. They're deluded. I was proper having a rant, proper having an old school grumpy golfer moment about it. And there are a couple of people out there trying to turn pro off that number, thinking they're going to make a living on tours. Now, I know a lot of guys that have turned pro off 4, and I know a lot of guys that have turned pro off scratching plus figures. The guys that have turned pro off scratching plus figures have had a go at the tours, never done anything with it. Guys that have turned pro off 4 have all wanted to teach it. And before you all jump on the bandwagon, I am well aware that Ian Poulter turned pro off 4. However, he turned pro off 4, but was already on the come down with his handicap. His game was going up as his handicap was coming down. So he is an anomaly. There isn't many guys that are making a good playing living that turn pro off 4. So, and here's an issue I have. Guys turning pro off 6, and this is going for more lower handicap golfers, i.e. like myself and lower, so I play off 4.5 at the minute, 5, and obviously there's guys that I talk to play off 3, 4, 1 scratch plus figures. And for me, it's a massive mental issue. I couldn't have lessons with someone that had a worse handicap of me, initially had a worse. So if I knew you played off 6 when you turned pro, I'm not having a lesson with you. Irrespective, and that's ignorant on my part, I'm well aware of that. Because your ability to teach may be fantastic. But in my head, I can't have a lesson with you because I can beat you. On paper, I can beat you. And I know that isn't just my mentality, that's a lot of people's mentality. So my current coach, I don't know what he turned pro on. I don't want to know. I also know he's just won PGA Assistant of the Year, so he's doing good things, and he's doing good things for me, so I don't want to know what he turned pro on. Matt, don't tell me what you turned pro off. And we can't have a playing lesson either, because I beat you, I'll have to sack you. We don't want that. I'm joking. But yeah, that's my mentality. So if I think, if in my head I can beat you, I'm struggling having lessons with you. And I know that is a widespread mentality. It's not just me. But on the flip side of things, I do know that some of these guys that are turning pro off 4, 5, 6 have ability to teach, and serious ability to teach. Like, take my pig-headedness and ignorance out of it, these guys are great coaches. So, have the PGA got it wrong? I'd say. I think anybody wanting to turn pro and actually play, you shouldn't be turning pro off 6.4. You shouldn't. If you think you can make a living off that, playing, you're absolutely deluded. Yeah? Stop now. I'm not one of these people that want to crash people's dreams. But in the same vein, let's be realistic. It's like someone said to me, if you watched last week's Golfers Ramblings, I'm talking about my next quest, my next journey, and someone said, play on, I think it was the Jamaica Tour, one of these feeder tours like that. I'm playing well at the minute, like, I'm playing well. I'm stupid to think that I could go on one of those tours and think I could make a living. But why would I do it? Why would I put myself through that? And I've got a better standard than some of these guys that are turning pro thinking they can make a living. I don't get it. So this is where my argument and my view on the PGA have changed a little bit. Have the PGA got it wrong was the initial question, and the outcome was yes. The outcome was yes to turning pro of 6.8. And that question is convoluted and very ambiguous. So you've got to split it into two. The PGA need 2 routes to market: playing PGA, teaching PGA. I think if you want to make a living off teaching and fitting, yeah, turn pro of 6.8. Your knowledge, and then it's down to you to understand the mechanics of the golf swing, the data that's in front of you, and how you read it, and how you convert that, and how you put that across to your customer, to your students. Now, here's another thing on the turning pro for teaching at 6.8. I think, and this is just my opinion, other guys have had a little bit different opinion on this one. I think if you're teaching something, you need to be able to demonstrate you can do it to a degree. I mean, I'm not saying you've got to be amazing, but if you're trying to teach someone how to draw the ball, you need to be able to stand on the tee or stand on the mat, whatever, and hit a draw, or at least explain in detail how to play the draw. And I use this as an example. So someone said, you know, I'd play off X and I think I could teach, blah, blah, blah. You know, I've got a good knowledge. And I said, okay, get me to draw the ball. How do I draw the ball? This is my swing characteristics. So I said, I'm over the top, I'm out to win, and my face is open to my path. The answer that I got, and Tarps, this isn't you, the answer that I got was a generic how to play a draw. I'm like, that's not working for me. That's not going to work because of my swing characteristics. So instantly, you're wrong, and you're teaching me the wrong things. I've told you my swing characteristics. I've told you my swing mechanics ultimately and where I am. And what you're giving me is a textbook answer, or a one-size-fits-all answer, and that's not good for me because it's not going to work. So, yeah. So straight away, you've got to know in detail things about people's swing and how that will translate into playing said draws, fades, stingers, whatever. So yeah, I think if you want to turn pro of 6.4, you need a massive knowledge of swing mechanics. Yeah, you just need it. Where the PGA have got it wrong and where it needs to change is, like I say, then you need 2 avenues. Teaching avenue, 6.4, that's fine. Playing avenue, I think you need to be off scratch or below to count yourself as a playing professional. Yeah? Even off scratch, you haven't really got a chance of making a living. You know, look at the boys on tour. The guys on tour have turned pro off silly figures. Now let's use Zane Scotland for example. So Zane turned pro, did a bit on tour, never made a massive living. He didn't make it into the European Tour like Sully did and others. He didn't. Now he's got his amateur status back. He's still teaching. He's one of the best. He's one of the best coaches in the country at the minute. But he's still teaching. But he's got his amateur status back. His handicap is plus 5.4, I think. I see. Now, in all due respect, if someone off that level of golf can't make a living on the tour, why do you think you can turn in pro 6.4 or scratch? It's ludicrous, and that's where the PGA have got it wrong. I understand another conversation I've had. I understand why they've loosened the barriers, because there are a lot of good teachers that are higher than 4, and there's a lot of people. They're trying to attract people to the PGA, to their affiliation, and why wouldn't they want to? You know, that it makes sense. So, have the PGA got it wrong? Yes, but not for the reason I originally put the question up for. So yes, they have got it wrong in the sense that if you want to be a playing pro, you need to be off lower than 6.4. Teaching pro, yes, 6.4, absolutely fine. But you've got to have you've got to have such an extensive knowledge and ability to. You need to know the swing mechanics inside out, as far as I'm concerned. Like I say, I've got a decent knowledge of the swing. And so on. Could I be a coach? I'm not going to say pro. Could I be a coach? Absolutely not. I couldn't do it. I could get to I could get a beginner to a level. I could get them getting it round to the course. I could probably get them breaking 100, and that's where my limitations would probably end, I think. You know, I don't think I could. Could I fit a club? Absolutely. I think club fit, again, here's another thing. Club fitting and teaching are two different things. Yes, you need, again, Mark Crossell said a fitting should be a lesson. I disagree. A fitting should be a fitting and a lesson should be a lesson. However, the fitter needs to know, if you're having lessons, what you're working on in the lessons and what the outcome of the lessons is going to be. I.e., let's use me for example. So I'm flattening my swing, I'm trying to come less out to win. So he would need to know that, think, okay, so I'm not going to have him, for example, when I got fitted, weren't having lessons 2 degrees upright because of how far over the top was going back. Now, because my swing's changed, that 2 degrees now 1 degree. That 1 degree will become 0. You know, so. But I know that, so I know I can crank these and change them as I went. But a fitting needs to know that, to think, well, if I set you off at 1, that's saving you money in your changes in the future, because you're going to fit into that, because your lessons are going to bring you to where you need to be. Things like that. So a fitting doesn't need to be a lesson, okay, but the fitter needs to know what you're working on in your lessons. The fitter also needs to have an understanding of the golf swing and so on. So yeah, have the PGA got it wrong? Yes, they have, because there is only one avenue to turn pro. There should be 2. 100% should be 2. And I know some of you are going to say, well, what about people that go for open qualifying? How many people go for open qualifying to turn pro afterwards? I can name one that I know of, and that was Rose. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen because the level is so good. And then when these guys that have made open qualifying get on to the event, the level again is the golf. People say golf's about levels, and it really is. Well, 100% it is. So I've rambled on for quite a bit on this one, and ultimately, have the PGA got it wrong? Yes, they have. There needs to be 2 avenues to turn pro. Playing, scratch or below. Teaching, while it's 6.4 and okay, yeah, I kind of agree with it, kind of disagree with it for reasons that I've said. They haven't got it wrong in that respect, to be fair. So PGA, you need to address your issues. I think you need to rectify them, but that is obviously down to individual choice. And those of you out there that want to turn pro, turn pro and be a playing pro, absolutely fair play to you. But if you ain't off scratch, you're deluded. You're genuinely deluded, right? please be realistic, because you're going to get to 6.4, you're going to lose that amateur status, and you're going to have a big reality check. Yeah, shooting 112 in your monthly medal and thinking you turn pro, get a grip. Guys, thank you for listening to me waffle. I hope you enjoyed that. Give me your comments below on your views on whether you think the PGA have got it wrong, reference what we've been talking about. Let me know what you think. Take care, and I will see you all very soon. Ta-da!